Okay, well, good evening again to everyone, or good morning or afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time zone you are in. It's really lovely to have you all and to host you. And tonight I'm going to be sharing about Ergo partners, and this is what this presentation is going to be all about. But before I start with presenting this platform and opportunity, I just quickly want to show you the Generational Wealth website, which is my website, because there is a lot of useful links and information. And it's important to me that people do familiarize themselves with that website. And so for those who did see this before, so just bear with the rest of us. Okay, let me just share my screen and open that up quickly. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, can you see this? I cannot see any of your faces right now, but okay, there. Thank you. I'm getting a thumbs up. All right. So Generational Wealth, this is my website, and which you will find a lot of useful information and links, etc. So here you can see just the presentations and the time zones. Tomorrow evening on Wednesday, I am going to present City Equity. But then from next week on forward, I most probably are going to do GS Partners Monday evenings, Ergo Partners and City Equity on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Ergo Partners, 8 p.m. City Equity. And then on Wednesdays, I'm going to rotate different projects and platforms and opportunities. And we will have other speakers or presenters as well, and we might do a bit of training. And so it's going to rotate, and it's not always going to be the same on a Wednesday. But even for Mondays and Tuesdays, when we do GS Partners and Ergo Partners and City Equity, apart from doing the general presentations, as these platforms and companies have their own events or promotions or things happening and going and growing and whatever, we will be sharing on that, and maybe also do training on this particular companies and projects on the particular day. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But here is the Zoom link, the meeting ID and passcode. It's always going to be the same. To make it easy. So here is our team, which is my family. And I thought it was so appropriate because this is called Generational Wealth. And this is really the heartbeat of, what I'm doing, the reason how come I'm doing what I'm doing. And this is truly to help people and their families to secure financial freedom and sustainability, and for people to leave a legacy for their children and children's children, and for people to live their passions and dreams and not be handicapped, because of corruption and a corrupt system and structure, etc. And so this in fact is displaying 3 generations, on this screen that you can see here. Okay, and that's just a short vision and mission statement. And then here you can see all the useful and helpful links. So this is to our YouTube channel. It's, I've really just started this channel, I think 3 weeks ago or so, but all the recordings and the training and presentations and everything we are doing will be posted on the YouTube channel so that you can watch it afterwards again. We will be making a lot of short video clips to actually train on the different platforms and projects we are presenting, just like how to video clips, how to fund your account, how to do your KYC, how to do your withdrawals, how to, just those basic things. And everything is going to go on the YouTube channel. So please do go to the YouTube channel and subscribe and like it. And later on, we will start to do the Zoom calls. We will live stream it through the YouTube channel as well. So this is my personal Facebook page. I did not want to create a whole new Facebook page because I already have a few thousand of friends, and followers. And I mean, I've had this page now for a couple of years. And I think it's in any case, you know, good for people if they want to see a little bit about my background, things I've done in the past and whatever, you know, you can actually tell a lot just by what people actually post on their Facebook. This is our Telegram group for a generational wealth. So please do also join the Telegram group, where you will find announcements and, you know, the upcoming events, you know, etc., etc. And then the calendar, this calendar is for two purposes. So number one, if you would like to arrange or just set up or schedule a personal meeting with me, if you have additional questions, or you maybe need help with working out some strategy for yourself or whatever it might be, that is my personal calendar. So you can just go in there and you can book or schedule a meeting with me. And then with Conrad or Euben, they are technical support. Euben will also be doing training for us, but you can book if you need technical support with setting up your accounts or doing your withdrawals or whatever it is, understanding the back office of a platform a little bit better. Those are the go-to guys, and that is Conrad's calendar and Euben's calendar. And you can book this free 30-minute sessions with them. And so that is just, again, the Zoom link. And this is links to the platforms I'm presenting. I've added this for now, but I will be adding more as we are going and progressing. But the free, or actually four main ones I'm going to be focusing on is this four: Ergo Partners, City Equity, GS Partners, and then UFarm. And so this is just, if you do not, if I'm the first person that's introducing you to these opportunities, and you want to enroll and open up an account and participate, this is the link you need. So you just go here on this website, click on the link, and it's going to take you to the right place to sign up then and to get started. If someone else invited you to this presentation, then you need to use that person's personal referral link, okay, so that we can honor the line of sponsor. And you are welcome to, with all of this, with doesn't matter whether it's training or presentations or what we are doing, you are welcome to invite your friends and family to this presentations, you know, and you don't need to do it yourself, okay? You can just say to a friend and family, if you decide something is good and you like a particular project and you want to share it with friends and family, you can just tell them, just get on this call on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever it is, and just come and listen and just find out more. This is the email address you can use to contact us if you have any other inquiries, or if you want to book a community event. So if you have a particular community, if you want to just get a group of friends and family together and you want me to come and do some presentations and training for you, then you are welcome to do that. And you just use that email address to book that. All right. We are going to be hosting a community event on the 23rd of September in Centurion for those people who can attend, okay, at the Centurion Golf Estates Country Club. We will be hosting our very first generational wealth, and we will be then presenting various projects. We're going to do a little bit of training on network marketing, and I'm going to have some other speakers as well that are my upline, or you know, people that are specialized in different things. So we're going to have several speakers. And this is just a Google form, which I would very, very much appreciate if people can please just fill this in so that you can get on our database and you can get on our mailing list. Okay, so it's just a short Google form. It's going to take you 20 seconds to fill this in, and that is just, again, contact details. Okay, all right, so let me just see quickly who on this call is not on our mailing list. Okay, and or let me ask this question, let me rephrase it. If you are not on our mailing list yet, would you mind, if you do want to get on the mailing list and stay updated with regards to everything that's happening, would you mind to please just put your email address in the chat, if that's okay? And then I'm just going to ask my mother to please just capture those email addresses for us, and that we can just add it to our mailing list. Okay. Alternatively, you can just fill in that form that I've just showed you. Okay. But I would actually appreciate it if you can take a few seconds to give us your email address. So then you won't forget. Okay. That would be great. Okay. All right. I'm already on the mailing list. Thank you, Sean and Rolanda. Okay, excellent. Okay, so without any further ado, let me start then the official presentation for Ergo Partners. Very, very stable, solid company, which I am so excited to present tonight. So let me just share my screen again to get this going. Okay. There we go. Okay, so question again. Do you see my screen? Can I just have a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Yes, excellent. Okay, thank you. Excellent. All right. Okay, so Ergo Partners, I really got to know about them a couple of months ago, and then I started investigating, attending some other presentations to understand the company, rate up as much as I could, research and all of that, opened up an account, tested the withdrawal function, et cetera, to make sure everything is working. And this company officially started, this is just a bit of a timeline of the company. This company officially started in 1996. So brilliant track record of 19 years already. And then, in the year 2000, they launched their very first web-based portal that allowed clients access to their investment portfolios and monitor their performance online. Okay, so this is actually, just imagine the year 2000. The internet only started in the 90s, right? Okay, and adoption only happened mid-90s and later on. So for them to have already developed an online portal, investment portal, allowing their investors to access their portfolios online like that is quite innovative, and it's quite forward thinking actually. And the more I understand about this company, the more I do research, etc., they are very forward thinking, and trying to stay ahead and with whatever is happening in the economical markets. Then in 2018, we know the big recession came, and the real estate markets collapsed, and etc., and all of that. And they were one of those companies that went through it, not just went through it, but still thrived through it. Their investors still had sustainable return on investments throughout that whole period in 2008 and everything that happened in the financial markets. And it's really because of the way they diversify their investment portfolios. Okay, not only do they diversify in different kind of markets, but they also diversify in different jurisdictions, globally across the world, which is very smart, because if something happens, if we can just take crypto for example right now. So if like in the US, where there is a crypto war happening, actually legal war happening, right? Okay, and it's actually slowing down, and it's actually chasing away crypto and blockchain developers in the country, unfortunately, in other parts of the world, like in Asia and the Middle East and even in Africa, that are for crypto. In those markets and jurisdictions, the crypto markets is booming and expanding and growing at a tremendous speed. So I'm just using crypto as an example. So which is smart about this company and what they do, because they diversify not just in the different markets but also jurisdictions. So if something goes wrong in one country or jurisdiction, it's still moving in other countries and other jurisdictions. Okay, so which is very smart. Let me just mute quickly, Yara. Okay. All right, then in 2010, they expanded their investment offerings to include more sustainable and socially responsible investment options and integrated environmental, social, and governance considerations into their investment process. So then they really started, from 2010 onwards, investing in companies that are focused on environmental, I want to say health, okay, and advancing social, I want to say challenging conditions, in the world, and not just investing in companies like that for which is profitable, which they do absolutely, but also they do a lot when it comes to charity and actually helping along, especially this type of entities and organizations. All right, then in 2015, they made their first investments in Bitcoin and in other digital assets. So this is now where they have entered the crypto markets, which was absolutely brilliant way back then, 8 years ago, because the charts and the record of Bitcoin and what crypto did in the past 8 years speaks for itself. So there they have seen a tremendous growth, and they have made quite a lot of profits and returns for their clients. Then in 2019, they established a dedicated team of AI experts and invested in companies focused on developing cutting-edge AI technologies. This early adoption and investment in AI allowed them to stay ahead of the curve and gain a competitive advantage over other firms in the industry. So now if you listen to economists as well, so there's a couple of global economists whom I do like to follow and try to keep a little bit at least up to date with what's happening in the economical world. So two of in the stock markets, two of the fastest growing stocks actually is AI technologies, and then also energy. So this is quite smart of them, again, that they could see and identify this in 2019. And obviously COVID accelerated this a lot. I mean, I remember one of the conferences I attended in Dubai, where they were actually sharing about the AI technology. They did say that a lot of this AI technology, especially when it comes to the metaverse and certain aspects of blockchain technology, the COVID actually accelerated that technology to get to mass adoption and to the general public out there, because it has created a way for just normal people to generate an income. And a lot of people survived during COVID because of this technology and what it in fact did. And this is really also what happened with this company's history with Ergo Partners, adapting to what blockchain technology is presenting, and all the platforms that I do present and all the opportunities I do present, is it is like this, because in earlier years it was only the elite that had access to this kind of investments, and the general just average person out there like me, you know, did not have this kind of access. It was the big entities and, you know, the world elites and the governments of the world and whatever that that had this kind of opportunities. But blockchain technology now has made it possible, because blockchain is a method of payment in a nutshell. Okay, it has created this wonderful way of being able to transact globally in a matter of seconds. And that's now also how come a lot of these companies adopting to what blockchain technology is doing can now offer their opportunities to just whosoever will, you know, outside there in the general public. So, which is absolutely, you know, brilliant for us. Okay, so this is just, you know, a little bit you know, just statistics or just some general information with regards to the organization's profile. So their CEO is Willer S. Boyle, and you're going to see his face just now in one of the slides that's going to come. They have more than 4,000 plus employees all across the world, more than 1,900 financial advisors that forms part of their team. They do have in their portfolio, which they manage, more than $120 billion in assets, which they are managing. Okay, in this company, their corporate center is based in Columbia, in South Carolina. So yes, if any US citizen, you know, who has been struggling with some of the opportunities out there, which has been blocked to US citizens, this is an American-based company, and they are fully licensed, et cetera, you know, to provide this investments and financial services. So it is open to, there isn't any restricted areas or jurisdictions in the world, including the US, are welcome to join. Okay, they have operational centers in New York, in Delaware, and also in Florida in the US. Okay. All right. So this is just a bit of, you know, again, 120, more than $120 billion in assets under their management currently. Externally, they have more than 15,200 clients, more than 1,800 professionals globally, and over 2 decades of business already. So they are diversified. I'm going to show you the next slide, because it actually does show you here. If you look at this circle here, you can see the industries in which they diversify their portfolio. So we can see real estate, technology, life science, crypto, liquidity, green energy, infrastructure, bonds, commodities, stocks, credit, and equities. Okay, and that is how vastly diversified their, and this is exactly how come they survived 2008 and that global recession that happened. Okay, this was the life-saving aspect. All right. Okay, so okay, I'm just gonna that is just explaining a little bit more about the diversification, which I've actually just explained, you know, in a few sentences, or in a and you know, and you know, and how they use the strategy of investing in multiple assets. What I've just explained about being geographically diversified. Also investing early in startups, and early adoption of technology, and using dollar cost averaging as a method to leverage their investments. And then something they also do, which is quite interesting, is this debt financing, which I find interesting and very clever as well. Okay, is that they would, in fact, they would, you know, if we make an investment, So they use this example. If John decides to invest $500,000 with Ergo Partners, and yes, there is people that are investing this amounts, and also entities, because they are also an investment firm used by pension funds globally in different parts of the world. Okay, so therefore you can imagine if an entity invest with them, they're not going to start with $100 like how we might, okay, or like how I might, okay, but so they handle, I mean, more than $120 billion in assets in their management. So you can imagine. So if John decides to invest $500,000 with Ergo Partners, Ergo Partners will purchase a piece of property, for example, for $500,000, but they will instead just use $100,000 of John's money as a down payment on the property. And then the rest of the $400,000, they might then take out a loan, and then use the borrowed money, which they only repay a 5%. They have a 5% interest rate, maybe, okay? And then they use that borrowed money for the rest of the investment, which is super, super clever, because again, this is going to diversify the risk. And in fact, then they are going to use the bank's money, you know, and actually, in fact, the banks, I want to say, it is really a method of mitigating risk, and then in fact using banks' money to then do these investments. And then if something does happen, they still also have the rest of John's money, the $400,000, perhaps invested in other in other portfolios, or perhaps even kept in how can I say, or using that in other methods to then leverage the very same money. Okay, so that is very clever. All right. Okay, I've explained a bit about the risk management. Okay, and again, I will put this presentation on the Telegram group. And so if you have not joined the Telegram group yet, please do just go on that website that I've just shown you, Generational Wealth, and just join the Telegram group, because I will be putting up all these presentations there, so you can see the slides and you can go through everything word for word, etc. Okay, so now they do offer, how do we start and how do we engage in this? Okay, so they do offer different packages, which each person and individual can decide where do you want to start and how do you want to start, and what is comfortable for you. All right, so the everyday grow package starts with $100. That's the entry level, the minimum amount that we can invest, and that is going to give you a return of 0.71% per week. Not per week, per day, 5 days a week. Okay, per day. So from Mondays to Fridays, you're going to earn 0.71% every single day, Mondays to Fridays, unless you're going to stake that money. So if you stake it, your yield or your return or profits become slightly higher, then it goes to 0.85% per day, Mondays to Fridays. And if you stake it, it means that you're not going to withdraw your profits. You are leaving your money there so it can grow through the 9 to 12 months duration. So when you actually open up your account, you are going to have the option to choose, and you fund and you choose what portfolio you want to participate in. You actually choose, you want your money to be locked, your capital to be locked up for 9 months or 12 months. You choose either or. Okay, so if you do not stake the money and you choose 9 months, for example, it means for the next 9 months you are going to earn 0.71% per day, Mondays to Fridays, okay, on whatever amount you have invested And after 9 months, you will get your capital back. They give you your capital back. Okay. If you chose to, the 12 months period, then after 12 months, you're going to receive your capital back. If you stake your money, it means you're not going to do with, and you choose the duration of 9 months. It means during that 9 months, you're not going to do any withdrawals, but after 9 months, you get your capital back plus all of your profits. Okay, so this is what it means. Just a note here, with all of this investment opportunities and platforms, please do, if you do open an account and you send your first $100, please do send a little bit extra for the sake of fees. So we always pay depending on which network you're going to send your crypto, because this is crypto in, crypto out, right? You're going to invest in crypto, and this is how you're going to participate, and you're going to get paid back in crypto again. Okay, so when you do send your crypto, you have to send about, if it's $100, send $103, send $3 extra, just to make sure that you are covering the gas fees. Okay, so that the $100, so that there's enough to actually activate your package, if you only want the bare minimum, if you only want to start that way. Okay, so, and then you can see the packages goes up $10,000. From $10,000, the budget boosts, then your return on investment becomes higher. So if you do not stake, then 0.85% per day, Mondays to Fridays, that's what you're going to that's what you will earn per day. And if you do stake, 1.05%. Okay, so on the everyday grow package, so $100 to $10,000, if you start there, okay, anywhere there, it does work out to about 14.6% to 16% per month. Okay, depending on how many Mondays to Fridays there are in the month, but that is how much you can earn. And they are now currently busy to just bring an update to the back office, where they have added a reinvest button. So the moment you get to $50, your profits, the moment your profits gets to $50, you can reinvest that $50 again. Okay, the moment you have earned $10, you can make a withdrawal. Okay, you can withdraw $10 the moment you've reached that, if you choose to. $50, you can reinvest. Entry level, $100. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And then so the packages goes up. $25,000 is going to give you 0.95 to 0.13% Mondays to Fridays every day. $50,000, 1.13 to 1.28% Mondays to Fridays. And so it goes all the way up to $200,000 or more, which gives you 1.41% to 1.51% per day, Mondays to Fridays. And it gives you all sorts of other additional benefits as well, like estate planning and things like that. Okay, so all right, so this is just explaining the crowdfunding module they are using. So the reason how come we can start with $100 is because they now have thousands of members and clients all across the world, who is putting in a little bit of money into a pool fund, and then they take the big amount, and they invest into different investment opportunities, again, which will not be some of this investment opportunities out there starts at $50,000 on average, entry level. So the module of crowdfunding and using blockchain technology now does make it possible that, you know, thousands of people across the world can, you know, bring a little bit of money together, which adds up to the $50,000, and then whatever the company adds to it, and then we actually in fact participate in opportunities which were never possible before for small investors. Okay, so but what they also do is, once you become a member, and you can log into your back office, there's a lot of articles and updates and reports and things that you can read, and which they constantly post, you know, etc. And they do then from time to time give, apart from the normal packages that we see, they give additional opportunities for us to participate in a particular investment opportunity. So they will say, we have this opportunity that we would like to participate in. We are opening this up for crowdfunding. And then we can then, if you decide to do that, you can then also participate in such opportunities as well. Okay, but you don't have to. I mean, it's just they do open it up. All right. And obviously, again, from my side, I'm quite a researcher, and you know, and I do read a lot, and you know, watch a lot of things and things like that to, you know, to stay updated. So as far as possible from my side, I will try to keep our members, my team members, you know, also up to date with things that's happening, and when these opportunities actually comes along, and things like that. All right, so which I will also discuss on this weekly meetings and presentations, and I will, you know, or just send out a short YouTube video, or you know, whatever, to as far as possible try to help our members to actually keep up to date with the things that's which is happening. Okay. All right, so this is just names and faces of the directors, and this their CFO, again the CEO, there you can see his face, you know, and some of the chief officers that forms part of the corporate team and board of Ergo Partners. Okay, so this is their commission structure or referral system. So if you do want to invite other people, friends and family, on your first level of referral, you will earn 10% commission on whatever they invest. On your second level, 5%, and on your third level, 2.5%. But over and above the referral system, they do have an additional opportunity for people who would like to become what they call an introducing partner, which is basically now what I am and what I'm going to be. I don't know yet 100% how this works. I am going to find out. And then I will most certainly, in, you know, the next presentations I do, as soon as I know, I will definitely explain this. But I do have, apart from the normal referring program, if you are a person who are willing to actually sit with people and train them and help them, and you know, serve almost as a consulting role, which is now exactly what we are doing in generational wealth, right? Then you can become an introducing partner. And then over and above the referral commissions, you also then start to earn profit shares. Or so here you can see, if you have accumulated 100 members as a as an introducing partner, and your direct referrals have reached 100, you are rewarded with 10% of the cumulative gain. Okay, and so it grows, you know, as you actually, if you really want to build a team, but then you need to be willing to, like I say, almost serve as a consultant, be willing to help people, train them, and help them through the process and whatever. So it's actually, it's really an opportunity for a whole career if someone wants to really do this. this is really for me a company that has no lack of opportunity, and has an opportunity for anyone. If whether you are just a passive investor and you just want a passive income, or you want to build up a pension fund, or I know of someone in my upline whose mother has built up a pension fund for her using Ergo partners, and she got involved 8 years ago already, and she has built up a pension fund for herself in Ergo partners. So whether you are a person like that, or you truly want to build a legacy for your children and leave an inheritance and build up an inheritance, or whether you are a person that will occasionally just refer a friend or a family member and invite them to the presentations, and you earn then this referral commissions. You might not even necessarily do it for the purpose of commissions, but it might, because if this is working for you and this is going to be a life-changing opportunity for you and your children, I don't see how come we won't share this with our friends and family. We would want to share it because we would want to help the people around us, right? So then, of course, you will earn that 10, 5, or 2% referral commissions. Or if you want to build more of a career and become like a consultant, and you put in more time and effort in this, then you get this additional profit shares or rewards accumulative through the accumulative gains. Okay, so all up to you. It's really this so many opportunities. Okay, so this is just some of the missions and the partnerships and the community projects and things they are involved in. And then this is just an explanation about why they are choosing crypto as their method of payment, which is basically what I've explained to you, what the blockchain does and the way we can transact globally, and how it has given access to just the general public out there. Okay, and that is officially the end of my presentation. And now I would like to open up for questions. Any questions?
I have a question. This is Mauricio. How were you introduced to this opportunity?
So through the person who is my upline, I actually met him because of another project which we had in common. And he is a South African person and guy. And then I had a meeting with him not long ago where I did meet him in person, and I'm actually really having meetings with him on a weekly basis. And sometime in the future, he will be in one of our calls as well. So, and he got introduced through, and like I said, it's actually, in fact, his mother that has been in it for so many years already. And with his upline is people from the Netherlands, and they have contact with some of the people in corporate. So he actually did have some meeting with some of the corporate where they showed him some proof of funds and things like that, things which is not public and which not every person can just have access to. But this is how I know about it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Okay, let me just see the chats. We know the maximum with investments, that the higher the reward, the higher the risk. Is this considered a high risk investment? And if so, what is the risk of not earning the indicated reward, or even of losing the capital invested? Okay, so obviously, and let me please just say this. I did not say this in the beginning of the presentation. I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take anything I say as financial advice. I only share these opportunities and things which I think is good, but this is my own journey, my own understanding, my own due diligence, which I do. Okay, so now with any kind of investment, it doesn't matter what it is. You can open up a savings account in the bank and just keep your money there. There is a risk. Okay, how many banks closed in the US this year? How many banks? And people's assets that are just frozen or just completely lost. So we can never say that anything is 100% secured. We cannot. We can only go on what this company has done in the past, what the past performance was, and based on that track record and sustainability that they have proven. 19 years track record is extremely good. Extremely. Okay, I mean, I know of so many projects, they don't even last 2 months and they are gone. Okay, terrible. Terrible. So for me personally, own opinion, there is a risk, but everything has a risk, but I would not consider this a high risk because of the good track record they have. Okay, and if they could have sustained this payments, for and like I say, if big pension funds invest with them, and they have proven sustainability with these packages the past couple of years, then I believe they have a pretty good module. Okay, even though, of course, I don't have a crystal ball and I cannot tell what the future holds. And every person, obviously, you need to do your due diligence and, make your own decisions, and do what you feel comfortable with. Okay. All right. Okay. So I hope that answers that. Okay. What can possibly be your potential income from investing starting with $100 for 9 months? Okay. That's Constance. Okay. So Constance, do you now want to withdraw your income, and do you only put in $100? And then you don't put in any other capital for the duration of the 9 months? So it's going to depend.
Okay.
Yes. So it's going to depend whether you're going to put in other capital, but once you open an account, you can open an account and you can see what the back office looks like. They do have a calculator as well, which you can use to determine exactly this question. Because, then you can say, I'm going to put in $100 each month for the next 9 months, for example. And I am going to compound, or I am going to stake, or I am not going to stake, whatever. And then it's going to give you a figure so that you can see more or less what your income is going to be, or your profits is going to be.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, Leah. Hi all. As the meeting started, our fence alarm, so we had to sort that out. We will listen. Okay, that's all good, Leah. All good. Okay, no problem. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Hi, Bridget. Sorry, I wanted to put up my hand, but I was too slow. I just the way I understand it, returns are fixed, but it's not necessarily guaranteed. But there's a very good track record. Is that basically how I understand it?
That's correct. Yes.
And your return, it will always be fixed. It might not be slightly higher for whatever reason they do better, or for that matter lower.
No, it's according to the track record, it is that fixed amount. So whatever they say, 0.71% per day or whatever it is, that is what you're going to get. Yes, even if they do better or worse, that is the fixed, according to the track record. Yes. So, and nowhere actually, in fact, on their website or anywhere do they mention that it might be lower. They just say, this is the percentage you're going to earn per day, Mondays to Fridays. And that's it, according to whatever package you've chosen and whether you're staking or not.
And lovely. And then I would imagine over weekends they trade for their own profit. Probably.
I would imagine, but I would also imagine the strategy they're following and how huge this company is. They are earning way beyond what they are giving us. Way beyond, for sure. Yes, for sure.
No, that's good. I mean, that's
Yes.
at the end of the day, your intellectual property or your skill set you bring to the marketplace. And if you benefit from it, then I don't have a problem with that. And probably they've got like a let's call it a secure fund or something. As should tradings for that specific week or period doesn't go that well, at least they can withdraw from that kitty that they built up over when it goes good.
I 100% believe so, because they are very strong on mitigating their risk. And also, again, for me, something which which has proven themselves in this regard is the fact how they could go through the whole recession in 2008, and they could still maintain and sustain their investment, I mean, right through that period. So then that, for me, again, the past actually speaks of, if some crisis like that has to, on a global scale, because that was a global scale crisis, that isn't just one market is going down or fluctuating a bit or whatever, and they could hold it, then I think they have a very good strategy in place to actually manage their risk.
Okay, thanks, Bridget. And just from my personal point of view, for what it's worth, it's just that this opportunity maybe resonates for me a little bit more than last night's, but that's just my personal point of view. But I just wanted to share it. Thank you so much for all your time and effort, and all the energies you put into to give all the information through to us. Thanks so much.
Of course. Thank you, Henk, and thank you for showing up. And definitely, different opportunities is going to speak to different people. And, just a suggestion from my side, a person can start with one opportunity and build up some profits, and then use that profits to put into the next one, so that you can, over time, also build up different streams of income and also diversify your own risk. So, 100%, whatever works for you. Yes. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, I'd like to just understand again the options. You can start at $100 minimum.
Yes.
And then you have the option of staking for 9 to 12 months or not staking. And if you don't stake, you will earn the 0.7% per day. But if you stake the capital for at least 9 months, max of 12 months, then you get the 0.8 something percent. Is that right?
That's correct. And so if you do stake, your percentage per day, which you earn, is slightly higher, and you only get to withdraw after the 9 or 12 months period. If you do not stake, your earnings is slightly lower, but you can withdraw every single day. The moment your profit came to $10, you can withdraw it. Okay, so that is the difference between the two. Yes.
And you can withdraw the capital at any time as well.
No, the capital still remains either 9 or 12 months, whatever you have chosen.
But
so
if you don't stake.
No, if you don't stake, your capital still remains for 9 or 12 months, and it gets paid back to you after that period, but you can withdraw your profits every day.
Okay, that's interesting. So even if you don't stake, your capital is fixed for at least 9 months.
That's correct. 100%. Yes.
So staking really actually has to do with the the profits you're earning on the capital. You're either staking the profits or you're not staking the profits. And if you're not staking the profits, then you can withdraw them at a minimum of $10 per withdrawal.
That's correct. Because if you stake, it means the company knows for sure this person is not going to withdraw for the next 9 to 12 months, whatever period you have chosen. And it means they know that they can take your profit again and they can reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. So,
Sure.
but if you do not stake, they know they cannot reinvest again. They have to make your profits available to you.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And the staking is that either 9 or 12 months, or how does that work?
Yes.
Or
So
anything in between? Or
yes, so also the 9 or 12 months, whatever you choose, and in the beginning when you choose your package. But what you can also do is, just to mention this, as this is something I did not mention, you can purchase one package, okay, if you like, and you say, I'm going to stake for 9 months, for example, okay, and then maybe after 3 months you decide, no, I want to invest more money, but I don't want to invest it in the same package, because now I want to invest money to actually get some withdrawals out every day. Then you can open up a second package. You can purchase a second package, and that one can have different rules than the first one.
okay,
Yes.
cool. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good questions. Good questions. Okay. But you can still either, or whether you stake or not, the moment you have earned $50 in profits, you can reinvest. You can reinvest if you want to. Okay. Okay, but if you do reinvest, that profits that you are reinvesting is then also only going to then work for the duration of your package, whatever time is left. Okay, so for example, if I have invested $1,000 today, and then in 1 month's time I have now earned $150, for example, and I have chosen the 9 months the 9 months duration. Now after 1 month I reinvest my $150, then that $150 is going to grow for the next 8 months. Okay, so it's not a 9 months that starts all over again. So it's going to work within whatever original package and time when it started. So like I say, unless you want to start something new, you don't want it that way, you actually need to withdraw your $150 and then purchase a second package and then send back the $150 and you've got, and then it starts again for 9 months. Okay. So all depends on what strategy you want to follow. I hope that makes sense.
I do have another question.
Mm-hmm.
The currency of these packages, is it only ever viewed or valued or seen in US dollars, or do we stake into a certain cryptocurrency and our package is then in that cryptocurrency, or does it remain always in US dollars?
Okay, so we do, it does work with USDT, so which is the currency. I don't know if you know USD, but that's the currency which is pegged to the US dollars. So one
Sure.
USDT equals the equivalent value of whatever one US dollar is in that time. Yes.
Okay, so we don't purchase a package. These packages you're speaking of, we don't purchase them or enter them in a certain cryptocurrency like a Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum or something like that, and that's the currency we're staking. That's always USDT?
It's always USDT. Yes, that's
Okay.
what they work with. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Question. Yes. Good question. which for me in this sense with this kind of investment is better, because then we don't have the volatility, you know. So just my personal opinion. Okay, so obviously if we do other type of things where we're going to trade and whatever, we do want the volatility, so it depends on, but I think for this is good, because so that we can have the stability. Yeah, okay. Good questions. Okay. Okay, anyone else? You're all good?
Sorry, yeah, one more.
Mhm.
So if we do want to get started and we open an account and we need to deposit funds, those
Mhm.
funds, we must acquire USDT, and then we would transfer that USDT to some address that's linked to our account. Is that how we get started?
That's good. That's correct. So once you open your account, then you click on the but now again, remember, right here is where you can book a technical support session if you need the help. But the way it's going to work in your back office, there is a button that says deposit, and then it's going to give you your USDT wallet address. And then you use that wallet address from your exchange, whatever exchange you're going to send the USDT from. So being South African, obviously you're going to have to, I don't know if you use maybe Altcoin Trader or Luno, you know, one of the South African exchanges, but the process will be the same for wherever you are in the world. So you have to send then money from your South African bank account if you don't have crypto at the moment, to your South African exchange, and then exchange your rands for USDT. And then you can send your USDT to that wallet address you're going to get in your own back office. Okay. But again, like I say, if you struggle with this, please do book a session with either Conrad or Euban with tech support, so that they can help you through the process. Okay. Excellent. Good questions, Sean. Very good. Yes. Thank you for asking all those, because I'm pretty sure most people have had the same kind of thoughts. And if they did not think about it, they probably did think, oh, that's a good question. I'm going to need to know that. So all good. Yes. Okay. Anyone else, or you are all good? You're all good. Okay, excellent. All right, thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow evening is City Equity. City Equity is very similar to this project, completely different company, but very, very similar in business model and concept. So, you know, I would encourage you to please also watch that presentation as well, so that you can also just get that information. Okay. All right. Thank you. It's very clear. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you. Nice to have had you all, and have a wonderful evening or day, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again soon. Okay. God bless. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Shalom. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Robert.